I need to have fun. I do when they draw that gun like a megaton running over everyone.
Whether chilling in the lab, equation pen and a pad, meditate on the universe down to an atomic mass. To diss me would be crass, opposition comes in last. Yeah, we straight from the sewer, but y'all ninjas just trash. You gotta be out your mind trying to mess with the team. A warrior keeps it chill, calm and serene till a villain pops up in the civilian's path. And I step in and play whack-a-mole with my bow staff. Late night heroes, bright lights of the city, cruising in that turtle van, and I got the whole crew with me. Lasers on the roof, computers in the back, hooked up by yours truly. Shredder, where you at? Divide the pie, subtract the whack, add the fact that we hold it down in every city on the map. Multiply by the brain power I possess. That's a recipe for success. Yes.
I do it, I need to have fun. I do it, they draw that gun like a megaton running over everyone.
You know the space, you've seen it on the Tizoo, reporting on the issues, the saga continues. There's a whole slew of people chasing after me, further than the eye can see, it runs in the family. Blocking and knocking these haters out with my click. All we need is some kicks, cause we do's it like this. Shower you with our turtle power, any given day, any given hour. But ninja wanna start some drama, Leo go to work with your katana, watch him. Slice it and dice it up, tell your homeboys better beware. Here comes Michelangelo with the chucks, send you running straight back to your lair. Ooh, join on up with Donnie and Ralph, take a little ride, we'll head out south, on the red line or on a damn rhyme. Won't you step up, don't make us have to go off, don't make this harder than it has to be. Take us to your leader, we gon' shred him like he wants to be.
I do it, I need to have fun. I do it, they draw that gun like a megaton running over everyone.
I dominate the landscape from video games to fame. Across the range of America, the Great Plains. Chicago sewers got less rats than back home. What would you do if you lived under the thrones? Yeah, I had to move, cause the groove was lost in New York. The foot soldiers adored, so I moved and got a new sport. And now I'm staining milks on a magnificent mile. Extra deep dish style, but once in a while I recall banging balls falling downstairs. But I ain't scared, I got my ninja powers and I'm always prepared. Don't stare, I might be a little green, but you'll be envious of my fighting machine. Skills, pills, I never pop. I keep my body hot. I can cold cock any robot on the block. Stop the presses, my bros are swinging by in the van. It's pizza time, so pork rinds, label what's crammed.
The path that leads to what we truly desire is long and difficult. But only by following that path do we achieve our goal.
I do it, I need to have fun. I do it, they draw that gun like a megaton running over everyone.
Red chucks on, nose ring swingy, purple mohawk with some shades for the framing, Benz in my framing, thieves for the Franklin, call steady rock, hit the blocks in the bank, and
unlike the break, these grenades is a statement to blow a few holes in my foes, leave them stankin'. Moves in arrangement, hoofs hit the pavement, clan in the van, crew armed and we dangerous. Swerve through the lanes and gotta start gunning. Cops on our ass through the roof, start busting. Start puffing, mash on the gas as I ash on the dash, bouncing bombs off the glass. Clean from the scraps, made it sound like a rap. Sweat on my horn, dabbed it off with a scrap. Turned to my right, all I heard was a tap. A sigh in my grill, green toes in my lap.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is me, Dukect T, live on this beautiful Thursday evening. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about. And, well, here we go. The big news, big things popping, little things stopping on the Dukect Lounge. By the way, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And leave a comment and all that good stuff below. And we will talk about some things because, well, here we are, people. After this huge deal today, Paramount throws its Hail Mary and it works. They're putting all this money to finally do all this stuff here. Netflix ditches the deal for Warner Bros. Discovery after Paramount's offer is deemed superior. and they did not want to, raise his bid. Discovery's efforts to match a revised bid with Paramount Skydance. They said they value the $31 per share offer to be superior to an executive deal on Netflix. WBD board Paramount agreed to pay the $2.8 billion breakup fee. WB would owe Netflix if the deal didn't go through. Netflix spiked in extended trading, and everything else that Warner Bros. Discovery falls. So, looks like this is actually going to happen. So, this is today, and a lot of people are worried, happy, sad, everything else. And this is just as well has something to say. It says Netflix is a great company, and throughout this process, Ted, Greg, Spence, and everyone there has been extraordinary partners for us. We wish them well in the future. Once our board votes to adopt the Paramount merger agreement, it will create tremendous value for our shareholders. We're excited to announce the potential of a combined Paramount Skydance Warner Brothers Discovery. Can't wait to get started working together, telling the stories that will move the world. And let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna see if the let's see. Let's see. Well, let's see. According to this, let me say this. I'm using Brave AI, so bear with me. It looks like we were worried about James Gunn stuff here. According to this, is the Brave AI. So take it with a grain of salt. The contract DC Studios was extended and now runs into spring of 2027. The extension files initial 4-year deals, which are set to end in November 2026. It reflects confidence in Gunn with his creative vision. The strong performance of Superman would generate $100 million in profit, so I think he's safe. And I think Supergirl is going to be another test as well. I think Supergirl is going to make at least $200 million in profit. Put that quote there. I think Man of Tomorrow is going to be really good. Batman Part 2, Lanterns, Supergirl, Clayface. I think they're going to be really, really big for DC Studios. So I think that's going to be the big thing. People worry about that James Gunn stuff. But then, people are worried about other stuff. And I think and a lot of people worry about AEW, the wrestling stuff. I think that contract, let me just see. Let's see. We got a new contract. Let's see. And then going right here. It is. Well, again, using a Brave AI here. It said the links here. Let's see. That the financial terms it ends around 2028. The TV deal secure till 2028. The right to broadcast Diamond and Collision on TBS and TNT, and they do it with Max. And the exclusivity deal is not they can just do they can go with Fox and other networks. And Tony Khan said the AEW could exist on any platform, including YouTube, if needed. And with all the stuff there, I mean, they could do like CMLL and just have like a whole, a big arena and do their shows there because they seem to be doing just fine. But yeah, that's just history and everything else. It'll take years to do so. So yeah, if AEW is going to do this stuff here, they look like it's going to be people worry about that deal as well. Personally, the stuff is they'll lock down. The point is I'm making is that those deals are done way in advance. They're way in the future. This here is just the buying a phase and doing all this type of stuff here. It takes regulators and all this other stuff. And hell, the guy in the White House, old Trumpy, might not be there. So people need to take a deep breath, calm down, and do all this type of stuff. So I don't think, this is the end times. And besides, I look at the independent scene, by the way, because there's a lot more stuff in the independent scene than to worry about this type of thing. Because I see a lot more good stuff from independent media, going around instead of this. I mean, there was let's see, where was it? Like for example, I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl. That seems to be doing just fine. I mean, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, I'm gonna look at this stuff here. Episode 1. Let's see. Look at this. Right here. Shout out to Kiana Can Smith. She got over 4.7 million last month, and this 3 weeks later. This is the second episode. She wants I please. I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl. Got 1.3 million stuff. So in the animation and stuff there, it's harder, but it's still possible to go out there and find the audience you need to, and everything else with YouTube, with the social media, and there's a lot of the toxicity and such there too. I'm not going to lie and say there isn't, there are, but I think you will find a lot of people, a lot of stuff there too. So people need to relax. I think a lot of people need to calm down a bit, take it just a deep breath, and just say, "Hey, this is not the end of the universe." A lot of people are saying, "Oh my gosh, it's the end of the world." It's not. It is not the end of, and people like um they're doing. Oh, by the way, I seen the trailer for of a Scary Movie 6. Stab? Gosh, they really are doing this stuff. That's really, they really are going on this point. I mean, first off, like I'm I'm a little bit like, really, they're gonna do all, but then I remember the Scary Movie franchise was not subtle. They go all in. It's all in, by the way. Everything else, and they have a little bit of stuff there. Maybe it's a fake trailer, who knows? But yeah, like I said, the independent stuff there, and I want to get back to the point. I want to get back to the point of saying, hey, people need just to calm down, relax, and of people just getting worried about this whole deal, worried about how this going on. It is not the end, like I said, the end times. Like I said, Netflix and the independent, and I can find some more independent people there. And like I said, James Gunn and AEW are going to be fine, going to be just fine for a while, for the next couple of years. Unless they're going to really do something really stupid and try to cancel them, and then they have to pay them more money. And by the way, Paramount is $100 billion in debt, by the way, when they do all this deal. So yeah, they're gonna have a lot more issues with that. But then, the sad part is this. Let me just put this here. Let me just say, by the way, Twitter and everything else. The sad part is the hard truth. One of these studios, I think both studios are dead. I mean, let's really be honest. They've been dead. Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and the satellite stuff there has been dead. I honestly think both of these networks have died since 2000 and 14 or 15. I think 2015 was these two networks are dead. Who sits and watch Cartoon Network actually? Only people my age, young. No one might when the internet really started coming in. It should have been people were like online watching the dubs and online stuff. It would have been it's the end of it's done. By the time 2020 hit, why would you put up Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and all this stuff The internet basically made these networks, these things irrelevant. They made them irrelevant. What are the Teen Titans Go? My Adventures Superman and Smiling Friends. I am just, there's nothing there anymore. Same with Nickelodeon. SpongeBob and Loud House. That's it. All the stuff is pushed online. There's nothing actually there in the sense of cartoons on terrestrial television. They're all on the streaming services, Tubi. They're on Pluto TV. They're on Amazon. They're on Netflix. Why the hell would anyone, and I'm meaning this with love, because quite honestly, I loved Cartoon Network. I loved Nickelodeon back in the day. Great stuff. Our Real Monsters. You had the Rugrats. You had, Cat Dog. Just Ren and Stimpy. A lot of old stuff like that. Hey, Cartoon Network, Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory. Man, so many good stuff, and Tsunami, all these things, great times, good memories. But yet, these things were done long time ago, and I don't want to really. And I say this, these studios, and I the history and everything else, they were dead a long time ago. Probably the last twig of Riddle Mortis start was 2015 and 2014. When the internet became vastly used in the United States, it was over. Terrestrial TV was done. Now it's just basically it's done. There's no reason. Like I said, there is legitimately no reason to have these networks around anymore. Other than feeling, no kid my age is watching cable. When's the last time my age and people younger, and I know people be pissed off to say this, when's the last time you watched cable? Actually sit there and say, I gotta watch some cable with the TV and everything else. When's the last time? People are lamenting, oh, the MTV's gone. When's the last time you sat and watched those shows? When's the last time you actually found a cable box, hooked it up, and watched this thing? When was the last time? When was that last time? Just want to put that out there because, quite honestly, it's that type of stuff. It's like no, man, come on now, stop playing, stop all that stuff. It's you're lamenting of something that I miss it, but let's be real. We would say if you had to make a choice right now, would you rather have cable? Like, okay, we'll have cable and get rid of all the convenience, no more apps and everything else. You get 100 plus channels. Are you taking the stuff now? You're taking the stuff now. So I don't know. These corporations, by the way, like I said, there's new stuff out there, independent stuff. Most of my wrestling fix, I don't watch. You know what I use? I use Fight TV. I use YouTube and Netflix. That's where I get my wrestling stuff now, and all the generational apps as well. That's the only stuff I get here. I don't go. Let's see. I use HBO Max as a last resort. If I can't get Fight TV, I'll use HBO Max to watch AEW, or I'll watch The Pit or anything else. So let's be real. That's the only places I watch for good TV shows and maybe a good TV series or whatever binge on for a while. If I'm nothing to do. You understand? You understand what I'm saying, people? The streaming wars and everything else is being, all the conglomerations are becoming the new cable, and it's the fallout is going to be really bad. And like I said many times, and I'll say this again, I'll say this, you don't need to worry about this. I think people are getting a lot more panicking. A lot of panicking people, a lot of people are angry and everything else. People need to just calm down a little bit and stuff like that. And, just sit back and everything else. And the one thing you're being worried about, and I think something here, this is something to worry about. And I think someone, right here, news media, and I'll say it's not all doom and gloom. We shouldn't be all running around our heads cut off and lamenting and stuff. I think this should be something to be worried about. Is that my forgot said on Blue Sky, and I think something is right here. The threat posed by CBS News and CNN getting absorbed by pro-regime billionaires isn't that they're going to produce right-wing slop that convince people to be right wing. It is the dismantling of newsrooms capable of doing investigative reporting on the administration. Fewer eyes on the street. Median case distance celebrates the decline of already faltering linear television networks as viewers abandon them over their perceived or actual partisanships. So the question becomes, what are the business models that can support newsrooms to replace the reporting muscle? CNN has a solid, well-funded newsroom, regardless of networks' sense. This is the situation here. Yeah, I think that was the ground war correspondence. That's going to be a hit. But you need to find people who are independent news. There are people out there in the independent news world to do it, but the problem is you're depending on ads. You're depending on where your revenue. Unless you get a billionaire to help you, you're not getting all that type of stuff. You're not really going. You have to have Patreons. You're gonna have ads. You're gonna have people, and then when people right now who are struggling, we're all struggling right now. How is it that's going to be the real test going forward? Is where we're going to get the news and how much dependable it's going to be. That's going to be something near to the future. And I think there is something for independent media, but it has to be something to actually to really not just verify it, but also make sure people are like, hey, this is good. This is going to help us out. This will be a way of connecting with the audience and everything. They actually connect, not just connect, but also be as the most honest way to do so. Because there's a lot of news shows out there, a lot of news, a lot of things that could just be used by youth and everything else. People who use their right wing stuff. I mean, heck, Candace Owens, who she is all over the place, but she has a huge audience because she uses the entertainment world to bring people in and everything, and that and her stuff, which is, woo, and that's a little thing here. That's gonna be look towards the future, but there's other people there. I think Philip DeFranco has his new stuff. He does his stuff. I really uploads like 30 minutes a day. Every one day, Thursday, what have you. There are other news networks that independent stuff is there, and they try their best. Some do. I think there are some who actually are doing the best they can. Brian Tyler Cohen is like liberal left wing, but he tries his best and he really does his work to really try to do everything here. I think he tries to um, you know that type of news and something like that. He tries to do what he can do, as if Franco, all the other stuff. Oh, what's up, Wrestling? How you doing? Talking about the whole Warner Brothers, Paramount, big thing. Oh goodness, everyone's panicking. And when we get back to the point, newsrooms and everything else. Like I said, you look at it, but you need to have a strong base of it, strong base and strong media of you listen to the voices of a media, um and it needs to have like funding, and and I do worry about like stuff like also I get my news from PBS News, which has been attacked by this administration. You get news from APY, you get news from many other sources that you need to. And the sad part is I always, for my longest time, I haven't used American news. I usually use news from outside American source to really get to true information. And and sadly, I think most people are going to be using that more. And since I am an American, I really lament the fact that this is the what everyone think of news. Like don't trust anything from the American news. It is it's always been this toxic type of place. It's always been toxic before Trump, before anything else. It is one of the most toxic, manipulative type of news out there. So you have to look at the other outside the world, but don't get too outside. It can be a little bit manipulation as well. My hope is that in this whole new era, they'll find some real truth out there. Maybe we can get into truth and have ways to do so. I think that'd be one of the most important stuff here. But yeah, that's my whole thing. And by the way, like I said, beginning, don't worry about AEW. Don't worry about James Gunn. They got deals to 2027. They got deals till that in 2027 and 2028. Unless Paramount wants to be in more debt and what have you. And believe me, unless they're going to get a bailout anytime soon, they're not canceling them. And who knows what the future holds? Heck, in like 3 or 4 years now, they might be going their own way to begin with. I mean, that's going to be something interesting. So, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. And also, this deal might not even take place. We're all getting panicking and worrying for nothing. That is something that is a also possibility as well. So people need to relax, calm down, don't worry about these things. Take a deep breath, go drink some water. Don't harass people on Twitter, like or X, or Facebook, or anything else. Be positive and try to help. If you get that angry energy, find other places to put it out there. Go to your local, like your dog shelter or what have you. Go to local places that need people that need help with groceries, or if there's like a farm or something like that, help get people food or something. Go out there and do it. If you're getting all this angry and everything else, but yeah, I'm not. I think AEW for the most part has been great for the past couple weeks, much better than Monday Night Raw. And I will get to that stuff later, as we're going to take a small little break, because I'm going to talk a little about, we'll talk about that later, man, the casual stuff. We will talk about this after a little bit of break here. Thank you once again for joining me in this lovely Thursday evening. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell all your friends, all this other stuff here. We'll be right back right after this. We're going to be talking previewing WWE and the Elimination Chamber, the matches, the good, the bad, and the box. Because what's in the box? All right, we'll be right back right after this.
Yo, we're the Zone Runners, and this time we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ain't ready.
I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here. I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. Probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory, but a ghost tried to approach me and got leery.
Asked him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkins in the alleys. It didn't seem happy, but it sure tried to get me. Had to back him up with the fist, metal crackling. I'm hearing someone saying use a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall, and then I started to fly, I went in deeper.
Let it get to me, I'm just gonna creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's it, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. Gonna hold my head, cause I got nothing to fear. Probably seems crazy, rain the theory. A ghost tried to approach me and got leery.
Yo, I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna hang down in Pumpkin Hill because I need my next drink. Try to find a vampire blood and I liked it, cause they said just a drop will make me go hyper. And now I'm walking like Frankenstein because I need another taste of that fine red wine. Plain silver chains and full fangs without pain. Drain veins in a staked brain. What? Are my raps too violent? Yo, I didn't kill the guy, just keeping him quiet. That you can log as a merciful attack. The true death reserved for the guy who calls bars raps. Ding dong, trick or treat, it's a me, Halsey. Yes, sorry, and I'm a doctor this year. So please, why don't you hand over all the candy, and we won't have to show you our graveyard theory.
Let it get to me, I'm just gonna creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. Can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. Gonna hold my head, cause I got nothing to fear. This probably seems crazy, graveyard theory. A ghost tried to approach me and got leery.
Yo, Dr. Halsey, me clear out some of these corpses, brother. I ain't gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna chill down a Pumpkin Hill. I'm gonna keep it hella real, serving hot soup. Force feed beyond your fill when you wanna test me, but you lack any skill. Bloodsuckers wanna hunt me in the night, but their fangs only talk, they never really bite. Take a stake or two and drive it through your chest in one strike. Now what was it about me you didn't really like? Get stalked by the undead, so I got 12 gauges aimed at this dumb head. Turn pumpkins from orange to blood red. Grab your jack-o'-lanterns, here comes the sunset. Howl at the moon, whispers in the air, I'm coming for you soon, yeah. I got a graveyard theory that says you'll be buried before you get anywhere near me.
Let it get to me, I'm just gon' breathe. Cemetery pop like a dancing machine. Down the moonwalk, I can feel it in my feet. The feeling of this killing got me grooving to this beat. Ain't hard to see, the funk is everywhere. I'm bobbing my head, cause I got nothing to fear. It's missing like a conspiracy theory. Alien chips, DTF, I said, girl, I did. But it's around somewhere. Try to approach me. Yeah. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Spooky, scary skeleton. Spooky, scary skeleton. Shivers down your spine. Shaking skulls will shock your spine. Fill your room tonight.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff. Anyway, let's get to the Elimination Chamber. And yeah, I have no hype for this show, and I hate that because I do have good memories of the Elimination Chamber. The first couple ones, when it really had that real metal thing, it was felt menacing, and just overall a very it felt important. That's what I feel like. It felt important to the whole thing. It felt important, and I just look at the matches here, and I don't care. I hate that I don't care because I do I do want to care because I do like the I do like I said, I like the this one of my favorite matches and match types and everything else. But man, this show, I don't know. I just look at the show and it's just there's nothing really here. It feels like this has the feeling of a filler show. Everything feels like no anime and all this stuff here about a filler arc. This is like this is the road to WrestleMania. This is they're going on a filler arc. This is what it feels like, and I hate that because there's nothing here that makes you want to. Oh, and by the way, most of the people are out. One of the big stars, Braun Breaker's out, and we'll get to that in a minute. But missed opportunities, so many missed opportunities for the whole Elimination Chamber. And when you look at the Elimination Chamber and the matches, nothing really pops out, does it? And let's look at the Elimination Chamber for the men's. Gosh, there's nothing here, is it? I mean, there's nothing here. I would like to see the main person I would predict would probably be Cody because they're bland and uninteresting. I would like to see Trick Williams. People they're talking about, oh, Trick Williams looks to be something big down the line. I would like to see him have a shock win and actually do something. Evans, I mean, shoot, he wants to be the youngest world champion, so maybe do something there. I don't want to see the Yeet Man. I don't want to see LA Knight. I don't want to see Cody, who's been doing this. Like, he has like what? 1, 2, 3. This is be his 4th straight WrestleMania main event. In fact, since they went to night 2, if I want to be even more petty or what have you, he had WrestleMania 39, WrestleMania 41, WrestleMania 39, WrestleMania 40 night 1, WrestleMania 40 night 2, that's 3, and 4th, him and John Cena, WrestleMania night 2. No, scratch that. I mean, okay, because WrestleMania 39, him and Roman, WrestleMania night 1, WrestleMania 40, him teaming up with Seth Rollins, taking on The Rock and Roman Reigns. He took WrestleMania, night 2 with WrestleMania 40 with him and Roman. And the WrestleMania night 2, him and Cena. And if he comes in again, I don't want this. I don't want him. I don't want Cody Rhodes. Just have Cody versus Randy Orton and just having a mid match, and I just done with it. I'm done with this, and I don't want. And the reason why the Yeet Man is here was supposed to be Bronson Reed. So yeah, Yeet Man, screw it. They might just run it back because they have no ideas. They might run it back because they got no idea, and that's a terrible type of thing. It's terrible, 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 terrible. As one Charles Barkley would say. Next up, let's talk about the World Heavyweight Title match. Oh my. Finn Balor versus CM Punk. Yawn. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't care about Finn Balor. I don't care about Punk. This whole title run was supposed to be Seth Rollins, and I don't care about him. Braun Breaker, I do a little bit care about, but he's become so bland and uninteresting, and then he gets hurt because hey, we need old guys. It's Triple H's guys now. It's old. We got the old guys, the old people. It's all old. We are in the old era now, and this is it's a filler arc, and there's no one. People are like, oh, maybe he might win. Man, Finn ain't winning. Finn is Finn. And if he does win, well, you're going to do a run at a track match at Mania? Oh my gosh. It makes sense narratively. Fine. You have Roman versus, like, he wants to get back at Roman Reigns. Punk wants to get, it'd be another triple threat. Like, sure, why not? But I think Punk is going to win here. We all move on. And I just don't care. I want to care, but I don't. Then we get to this match here. All right. Okay. You can exit here, and you can turn this back down. There we are. The Intercontinental title match. Becky Lynch, AJ Lee. This feud is. I'm sorry. It just feels like it should have been done months ago, but AJ Lee went off on her own adventures, and Becky Lynch went against Maxine Dupree, and she went back and forth, and she won the title back, and now she's feuding with Natty, and the crowd does not care. They don't care. I hate that, and I think that's the problem. The roster feels like it just doesn't care. I want to care. I want to actually care about the Elimination Chamber. I want to care about, I want to care about all the people in this Elimination Chamber. I want to care about the women's championship match because I think women, they've been doing a lot of the great work at WWE in the tags and the main, whatever the main women have been doing, they have been doing great stuff. And then they just feel like they haven't done much with them. And it's a shame how WWE doesn't really have really done much with these ladies. It felt like this is just thrown to get a few, but this has been built up since WrestlePalooza. If you remember, this was built up since WrestlePalooza, and what happened? It just doesn't really feel like an actual feud. It doesn't feel actually an important wrestle. I feel like a big match. It just feels like, oh well, here we are. We just gotta do this thing. That's what it feels like, and I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it. Um, it's you know, it just I wish there could be more. And now let's okay. All right, we're gonna do this. Go here. All right. All right, and now we get to last one is the women's match. Oh yeah, I have AJ Lee winning. Okay, fine, that's what I pick. Uh okay, and now we get to this match here, the women's chamber. I I just I want to care. I do. You know, there's some good talent here. Rhea Ripley, Bliss, Raquel Rodriguez. She's been getting better. But man, I think Tiffany Stratton's gonna win. And we're getting Stratton versus Jay Cargill. And I'm like, fine and whatever. And then we will get because I want to match care. I think it'll be decent matches, but I just don't care. I want to care. I want to actually care. You hear my voice because I don't care. I hate the fact that I don't care. I hate the fact that it is. The trick of you want to lose do more harm than good. At this point, yes. I think that they need to do something with them. If they don't do anything with them, it just feels like they are wasting time. They're not really building their stuff up. They just feel like these are filler people. They're here for the filler. And then we get to this thing. Where is it? All right. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, because this thing right here really is pissing me off. Where is it? This thing. Oh, you got it. Let me just put this in new window. Open image, a new tab, and there we are. And here we are. The box. What's in the box? Let's see. Let's see who is in the box. And a lot of people are saying, where is it? A, B, C. Let's see. Where's the Danhausen is still on the AEW page, so who knows? But that's what they're saying. It's gonna be Danhausen, yay! But I don't think so. I don't think this is Danhausen. I think it's just gonna be something for the 2K games. They're like it's gonna be a new thing, and that's what people are building up for. I want it to be something interesting, but this is again, they're out of ideas. WWE is definitely out of ideas when you look at this whole mess. This don't open until 2000 to the Elimination Chamber. Now the only question is, are they going to open it? Is this going to? You know what? They might actually do this. They might end the show with this box. They're going to end it. They might end the show with this box, and the box is going to be WWE 2K6 merch or DLC announcement. And that's why I feel like it is. I just don't. I it's silly, and I'm like, I'm a wrestling fan. I like silliness, but it just seems we have no ideas. So here it is. Look, here it is. We don't have anything. I think who made this? Like, if something come out of the box is good. Maybe it's Jim Cornette said it. If something comes out of the box, it's gonna get over. Uh, Fine, but uh, I want something. They feel lack of sauce. WWE just seems nothing here. There's no um build up. There's nothing here. It's mediocrity. And people are now saying, Vince need to come. No, they need to find people who are better management. And Hunter has proven right now, all he has done is just lightly manage his like a sports team. With he went to Super Bowl with the different with the same with another coach's players. He went to Super Bowl with another coach's players, and then it's time he got his guys in there. That team fell apart. I think it's time to realize, yeah, you know, yep, talk of the big game, not backing it up. That is WE right now. And you wonder why the WrestleMania stuff is not working out. Now they have to basically, block people, blocking people to go to like, we're gonna block people, and for blackout like bars so they can't watch your stuff. Man, screw you, man. You're not the NFL, and I hate when the NFL do it too. No one should be like. So if I have friends or what have you come to my, from Vegas, and I'm like, hey, I got some friends, we're gonna sit and watch ball. Can't go to me, I'm gonna watch night two. No, we can't do that. Blocked. So we have to be forced to go to the event. Forced to go. Or I just go to my hotel room, have three of my guys there watching. Is that, is that allowed? Is that allowed? Because hey, I got, if I have friends in Vegas, people like that, just go to like, go to your hotel rooms or what have you, just watch the show there. That's what I did. When the WrestleMania night 1 and night 2, I went up there and I was like, yeah, I didn't really need to do it. I was like, I don't need to watch the show. Don't need to go to it. I went to see the indie shows and I watched the show at my hotel room, and it was fine. Got with the Wi-Fi. I was good. I was good. That's the most important thing. I was good. And that's one thing people need to realize sometimes. Hey, I'm good, man. You understand? I'm good. And I think that's what WE is going to really realize again, that butt kicked by this is when you look at that, is that they could be right now, the smart thing they could have done is say, we can watch this stuff, we can do anything we can do to really build this stuff up. We can actually get the we could do what we can to actually start building and actually start, connecting with its audience and such. Instead, boxes, bullshit. You get box, you get blackouts, and you get bullshit. Boxes, blackouts, and bullshit. The triple B, everybody. That's the triple B, the new triple B, everybody. Boxes, blocked, boxes and blocking and bullshit. That's WE right now. And I don't know how you fix it. And then the road to WrestleMania is just feeling I never feel so apathetic to WrestleMania, quite honestly, since maybe WrestleMania was 32. I felt that was my WrestleMania, and that WrestleMania 32 was actually one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. I don't care what you say, that is one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. And this looks like to be a 2-night pack of ass, man. And I hate it because there's so many good wrestlers there. There's greatness there, and Hunter refuses to do the right thing and put them in the positions to succeed, and put them in this the treadmill to failure. And the people like getting priced out. It's like, eventually people are just not going to go watch your shows, and you're going to be surprised. Surprise! No one coming to your show. You don't know what to do. They're frustrated. You got to sell. You got to try. A Valentine's Day sale didn't work. Oh no. Maybe if you actually started building your talent roster better. Maybe if you actually started really connecting with your audience with stories and with wrestlers that people really give a damn instead of doing the same. Well, Evolution worked. Let's do the same story of Evolution over and over again because that's what you only have. Maybe stop booking like an NWA territory and actually get with the goddamn times. I'm tired of Hunter's long, pointless booking. I am tired of management TKO nickel and diming with people. I am tired of the mediocrity and BS that they have on that show. So, you know what? If they want to continue to be this way, you're okay. But when it keeps getting lower and lower, and you can't depend on The Rock to come in and save the day, and for everybody else, at the end of the day, it's going to be people who will come in and, they're going to be like, we're done and walk away. Because they have done it before and they will do it again. And that's all I have to say. Anyway, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a fine little show here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And follow all the good stuff here. Anyway, this is Dukect. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.